So like when I first got into zero cycling, I didn't really try to learn any of the setups. I kind of just like messed around in the practice map and just made my own. And like back then basically like what the setups were, it was a lot of just like really bad setups. Like I was really just like I just didn't really know like how to do any of this. And basically I just kind of experimented. Like I didn't even know what the Y levels were. I kind of just like figured that out because I just like messed around. And like and then I watched some people actually zero cycle, and like around like pretty recently I realized that my zero cycle setup could use some work. So then I did some of that work. And I guess now I just want to show you like what I actually ended up doing. And like these zero setups are actually pretty, I think they're pretty cool. So I think starting off, we start off with front dragon and small boy. So for the front towers, it's gonna be a lot of the same setup. So we pearl onto the top. That's a really bad pearl. My world is lagging. Holy. Hold on. Right, so we pearl onto the tower here. Don't break the crystal. Right, you see this little outcrop like on the edge? For the front dragon, you want to start building like on the last block of this outcrop over here. And you want to build out two, like that. Right? You want to build out two. You want to get to your Y level, which I'm going to go to Y95 this time. You're going to build diagonally out. Right? So you want to build a block here and a block here. Now, what you want to do is you want to build up two blocks. Like, crank out one block. And then, like, build out like that. Your third block is going to be where you're placing your bets. Jump down. Place another one. And that's basically your setup. Now for the anchors, you just kind of like and for the other anchors. So that's for small boy, which pretty much works the same as like every other tower. Now for a small cage. Now both of the cages work the same. So if you're on small cage, you want to go up on this cage over here, and you want to build up on like the second last block of the cage, basically. Yeah, like that second last block. Again, build up two, and then do the same thing. It's just pretty simple. You do the exact same thing every front tower and every back tower. Actually, you just go like one left, which I'm gonna go and show you later. I actually want to explode this crystal this time. That's not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. Okay, basically you get the point. Alright, tall cage works the exact same. Except it's just tall this time. Bro. Why am I so bad at zero cycling, bro? Like... How do I fall in there, bro? This is kind of dumb. I'm at 50 FPS. Alright, that's my excuse. So again, you want to build up on the second last block here. Build out two. Get to your Y level. And do the exact same thing. Alright, so that's basically how it works. Now for these towers, it's kind of just the same as the small boy. that I showed you earlier. Kind of want to get out on the last block of this little outcrop over here, right? Like, it's pretty easy to find, and you just build up, like 2 blocks out as well. And you do the exact same thing. You could go to Y100 on this one, but I'm pretty laggy because I'm recording, so I'm just not going to go there. Alright. And so now we go to 88, which works the exact same. You find this outcrop, and here I'm actually going to go to 100. I mean 90 now. Basically do the exact same thing. And you got your setup. This is a pretty simple setup. You do the exact same thing for every tower. I've done like 97. Which we're gonna go to 97. Alright, so that's 88. 91 is literally the exact same thing. Go out 2, and you go to 99. Make sure you land on this block over here as well. I didn't specify that, but you. Alright. 94 is the exact same thing as well, except this is a tall tower this time. So you want to look for like another type of outcrop. Right? You want to look for like this little outcrop at like, it's basically just always the most outermost outcrop basically. Alright, that's a good way to like remember it. You build out 2, you go to 99, and you do this setup, right? It's the exact same thing. As for 97, you could go to 104, but you're never gonna do that in a real run. So, so I have a, what is it called? I have an offset setup for this. All right. So what you want to do is pearl onto the tower. That's a bad pearl. Let me try that again. And you want to find the outermost outcrop as always, and then you want to bridge out diagonally 2 times, and then you want to go to 100 this time before doing the setup. Now 100 works the same, except like now you actually have like a chance of getting your bed broken, but the chance is very small, and you're using the one. So now this last, the egg is gonna break the crystal, but like the dragon's dead, so it doesn't really matter. Now T100, you actually want to go to Y104 this time, because it's like a Y100 tower, and it's just a little bit easier than 97, and it's also like really hard to make an offset setup. So you go to 104 and you do the same setup, which is pretty fast. Yeah, I have a bunch of time to spare when I get it. But remember to not break that crystal with the pearl. If you don't break that crystal with the pearl, your best should break it. That didn't work. Alright, and for Tall Boy, I don't really have a top setup for this, so we're gonna have to go to the side, which I mean, it's just a normal side setup, right? I mean, we all know the normal side setup. just like that, right? And so now you get it, right? And now for the back dragon, starting off with a small boy as always. For back dragon, it's a little bit more complicated. I mean, it's not complicated. It's just different, right? It's different because you have to go one less. And how we're gonna go one less is this. You don't want to start off at the end of this outcrop. You want to start one block before the end of the outcrop. So for this one, it's gonna be right in the middle. And you only go one out instead of two outs. It's because it's one less on the X and the Z. You go to Y95 and you do it because we already went with this. And this is just for small cage, it's the exact same thing. To go one less, except like this time, it's two less off of the end of the cage. Because for front dragon, it was one less off the end of the cage. This is right in the middle of the cage, and you go one less, like building out as well. And so this is just the same exact same. And for the big cage, it's just a lot of the same. You go right, you start right in the middle of the cage, and you go up and out one like that. Like that. Go to 95, you do this, the freaking setup thing. The reason we have to build one block diagonal at the end is so we can land on this block. Alright, now for M85, it's just the exact same thing as the freaking small boy thing. Except like, yeah, it's just you do a lot of the same, except you find the outcrop. My game is lagging kinda. Oh, cause I have my freaking browser open. Let me close my browser. It should be better now. Alright, so you find this outcrop. You find it differently because it goes one more in, but it's the same outcrop anyways. So you want to start building in the middle of this outcrop. As always, you go one out, and you go to 95, and you do this. Well, I didn't see that 1/8, but if it's not 1/8, you just do what I did there. Alright. You go right in the middle, and you do this. So for 88, it's a lot of just the same, like every medium tower works the same. You want to go to like 95 or 100 here. I'm going to go with 99. Do that setup. I'm doing like the same version of the setup where you go like align yourself before building up. But if you don't really have that much time, you can just do the riskier version of that setup, which is just to like build up immediately, which is kind of just like more efficient. If you want to go for like 100, but you have to do that if you want to go for 100. For 91, it's also the exact same because like all the medium towers are the exact same. For 94, it's like you look for a different outcrop, but it's basically just the same thing. Oops. Yeah, you look for it's basically just the outermost outcrop. You build one out and you just do the exact same. Alright, for T97, we're gonna do the exact same offset setup as the front dragon. This one's gonna be a little bit more offset because you know it's one less on back. We can't really do anything about it because like it's gonna break the crystal. So basically do the exact same thing. Alright, once again that last anchor is gonna break the crystal, but the dragon is dead, so it doesn't matter. Now for T100, you know how it is with back 100. I'm not, there's about a 0% chance I actually hit this right now. But you basically do the exact same thing. You go to 104. Yeah, there's no way I'm hitting that. And for Tall Boy, it's just the side setup again. See if I can do the side setup this time. Nope, it flew. Alright, so that's basically your 0 cycle setups. Let's try the straight nodes. So for the straight nodes, basically you kind of just do the freaking crook setup. I don't really have a setup for this. But like you basically have you basically know the setup for this. So like basically the setup, there's like no variance with this setup. Like you basically just kind of like do it. Like there's not really like a different way that I can like crank, right? You go to negative 21 on back, but you go to 20 on front because of like the one less on back. You just build up here. I don't really have a fast way to build up here. Try to hit those beds unlike me. And for front dragon, you just do a lot of this. You go to 20 this time now. So basically, that's about it. And yeah, that's my 0 cycle setups. I don't really, this is not really something that like anyone should be using over another setup, but it's just kind of fun. It's like, yeah, I'm just trying to be different. And actually using these setups. So it's just like kind of for me. And also I just need a video. Ew. Alright. That's about it. See ya.